Testing, testing. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, just announce it.
Welcome. Our stream for Alta and Dixie is up and live. We are 19 minutes away from kickoff here from Douglas Anderson Field. We will step away, allow you to enjoy the pregame. We will be back here shortly with our pregame as we introduce both teams for you coming live from Alta High School. Welcome to Alta High School for this edition of High School Rewind, coming to you from Douglas Anderson Field as the Alta Hawks prepare to welcome in the 3AA Dixie Flyers. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Excited for this matchup coming up for you here tonight on High School Rewind. These two teams met for the first time ever last season. It was a victory for the Dixie Flyers, 45-13 over the Alta Hawks. They got out to a 38-0 lead at the break, and they would cruise past the Hawks. They would make it all the way to the 3AA state championship game before losing to the Logan Grizzlies. This is a team that returns a number of players off last year's squad, but most of that offense is done and graduated. New quarterback this year, new running back this year in Barbin and Aquin. And then, but returning defensively, they got a number of players, including Malachi Fakahua. Watch out for this kid. He is a brainiac. He is a middle linebacker that terrorizes defenses. He looks to lead the way defensively for the Dixie Flyers. They did a great job defensively against Alta last year. They're going to have a big effort here tonight, and one other name is Wilger, the safety. Watch out for him. Also a returning starter, and he is second on the team in tackles. As we switch sides and introduce the Alta Hawks, they come in 2-0 on the season, coming off a shellacking of the Hillcrest Huskies, 67-26. It was a game that you probably heard of. Josh Davis went off 444 total yards, 200 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns on 8 carries. Yikes, what a night for the senior Josh Davis. He led the state in rushing yardage and rushing touchdowns last season, and he's off to a great start here in 2016. They've got a fantastic quarterback in Will Dana, his first season starting for the Alta Hawks, and in just 2 games, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. Will Dana has been fantastic leading this very potent Alta Hawk offense. Defensively, they have a number of players to account for, including Mitch Medina, one of the underrated linebackers in the state. MJ Tafisi, watch out for him. He leads the team in tackles. And then the ever-so-roaming safety, Tyler Hill. Watch out for this kid. He has an interception, also has 4 pass deflections. He is the leader of the secondary for this very talented Alta Hawk squad. The Hawks are 2-0, undefeated on the season. The Dixie Flyers 0-2, looking for their first victory here on the road at Alta High School. We have kickoff coming up for you shortly here on High School Rewind. But before the kickoff, we're going to send you down to the field for tonight's national anthem and pregame festivities, coming to you from Douglas Anderson Field here at Alta High School.
Thank you very much. We would like to thank Todd, the Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, the official medical provider for Alta High's football. Those of you arriving late for the game, you can pick up some nice meal items. You can pick up chicken plate, chicken bowl. You can pick up hot dogs on a stick, kettle corn, and tropical snow. Good food at reasonable prices.
Captains are on the field for the opening coin toss. The Alta Hawks will be wearing the all-black uniforms and the Dixie Flyers in the road white tops with the blue pants and blue helmets. Waiting to find out the direction of our opening kick as the Alta Hawks take the field, and the students and Hawk fans giving them a welcome here. See, the Flyers won the coin toss. They elected to defer. And they will be defending the south end zone to your right as the Hawks will receive the kick. So we'll get a chance here early on to see this kickoff return unit for the Alta Hawks. It's a unit that we'll mention for sure. They had a 96-yard kickoff return last week against Hillcrest. They also had a 99-yard kickoff return, both put on by Josh Davis. The 99-yard return was brought back due to a penalty. He also had a punt return for a touchdown, Josh Davis did. On an electrical night as the Flyers break their huddle and head to their sideline. Not a big crowd tonight for the Dixie Flyers making the drive up from St. George, but we welcome all Flyer fans who are listening to our live stream tonight on High School Rewind, rewind.com. And one of the things that we do here at High School Rewind, you can watch the full game live tonight, streamed on YouTube and on our website. We'll also create a condensed version going back, cut out all the time between plays, injuries, timeouts, quarter breaks. And we'll have a full game for you ready to watch in about 40 minutes. You can watch for that link to be posted this weekend on the High School Rewind Twitter feed. That is at HS Rewind. You can see that in our scoreboard on the lower left portion of your screen now. Give High School Rewind a follow, and you can catch all the games we cover up and down the Wasatch Front here in the state of Utah. Ready to kick off here from Alta High School. It will be Thane Reed. And this is a little pooch kick, and a good idea here from the Flyers. It's picked up by Afu on that far sideline. He is up to the 35-yard line before being tackled, as a late penalty flag has come on. And in on the tackle was Nate Mahi, the sophomore for the Flyers. It didn't take long for us to get our first hanky of the game, and it's along that sideline. Wonder if it'll be a sideline warning, is our official talking. And he'll make the call here in the white hat. It's not, it's a personal foul on Alta. Whoa, a big penalty there.
Personal foul.
They'll mark off 15 yards from where that was spotted. It'll go back to the 20-yard line. Not a play that Coach Teo will love from this Hawk squad. So after the penalty on the kickoff, a personal foul against Alta, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Dana in the pistol. That snap goes right through his hands. He's going to have to eat this back at the 5 or 6 yard line. A big miscue there for the Hawks on their first play from the line of scrimmage. Boy, and notable there, we had some significant rain here about 30 minutes ago. Wonder if the ball had a little bit of moisture there as it went right through Dana's paws. 2nd down, about 23 yards to go. They give this to Davis. Big number 20 for the Hawks. We'll call his name multiple times tonight. And on the tackle was Malachi Fakahua. Talked about him in our open. The leading tackler for the Dixie Flyers. And a lot of story around Fakahua. We will talk about him significantly tonight. 3rd down and 17, and a penalty there is that end. Tyson Fisher, the junior, a little too aggressive trying to time the snap. He'll get caught offside. He'll mark off 5 yards. Fisher, just a junior, but a good one. 6'4", 225 for the Flyers. He loves to live in opposing backfields. 3rd down and 12 after a Dixie penalty. This ball thrown, caught over the middle, and that is Zach Engstrom with the 1st down, but penalty flags back, and guess what? Talk about redemption. Fisher drawing the hold. So this play comes back, and give credit to Tyson Fisher, and that's a nice recovery. Gets called for the offside, the encroachment, just the play before, and then that speed around the edge forced that left tackle to hold him. And so the completion to Engstrom negated, and Alta backed up. And in the first couple plays, already 2 significant penalties on the Alta Hawks. So after the hold, 3rd down and about 23 yards to go. It's a screen setup, Lyndon Maxfield trying to turn the field, cuts inside and brought down there by Jason Longmore, the senior linebacker, as he's close to the original line of scrimmage, and it will bring up a 4th down for Alta. Not a bad play call there for the Alta Hawks. A lot of yards to go. They picked up 12. It will bring up the 4th down and 11, and on the opening possession, the Hawks to punt. And a good stand by this Flyer defense as well, coming out and starting off strong against this potent offense. 4th down, boy, the Flyers getting a good rush in. This punt will take an Alta bounce, still rolling inside the 40, and down at the 38 is where the Dixie Flyer offense will come out for their first possession tonight. So a chance to see some new starters for the Dixie Flyers, and Jake Barbin, the quarterback. He's had a good start to the season, the 6'1 junior. He's thrown for 678 yards. He threw for 460 against Lone Peak in their season opener. We'll start off in the shotgun, will the Dixie Flyers. See Barbin. And alongside him is Ammon Aquin. Barbin hands off on the sweep. And good pursuit by this Alta defense. Taking him down was London Rockwood. There's no gain, a loss of 1 on the run. Hobbs Nyberg had the carry that time, and he is a threat for this Dixie offense, their leading receiver coming into tonight's contest. Second down and 11 for the Flyers. Pistol formation. That is Nyberg coming across in motion. They give off to Aquin. That ball came out right where Aquin was. I don't know if he got on it or if Alta did. It looked like Aquin was able to recover it. He'll be credited with a pickup of 5 on the carry. This Alta Hawk defense, they know about forcing turnovers. They've done a great job of it all year long. Nearly had one there on the Flyers' opening possession. Fortunate job there by Aquin to keep it for the Flyers. Third down and 6 for Dixie. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Barbin looking to throw, does so quickly. That ball caught right at midfield and getting out of bounds. I think it was it was Josh Topham. My apologies, the senior receiver will pick up the first down for Dixie. A nice play call there. Trips formation to the left. Send your big 6'3" receiver to the boundary. And a good throw by Barbin to pick up the first down. On first and 10, again the pistol. It's Aquin up the middle, still on his feet. Aquin is tripped up at the 40. He'll pick up 11 yards and maybe a touchdown-saving tackle made that time by Drew Pan. So we see the Dixie Flyer offense, and they gave Lone Peak and Springville their 2 previous games. Springville was down in St. George. Lone Peak up here in the Valley. Scored 21 points against each squad, so this offense certainly capable. First down. And that ball again up the middle with Aquin. He'll pick up a pair before being brought down by Mitch Medina, that linebacker we highlighted earlier. And Medina, 119 tackles last year. He led tackling for this Alta Hawk defense. Back again this year, and just a junior. He's got 1 more year to play here at Alta High School. A good linebacker for the Hawks. Second and 8. And it is on the sweep. Really a read play there, given off to Nyberg. Only a yard gain for the Flyers. 3rd and 7 coming up for Dixie here. They haven't gone to the air much with Barbin. They've stayed on the ground up to this point. Had that 3rd and 6 where Barbin did throw it. His lone completion of the ball game thus far, and here on 3rd and 7 might be going back to the air. Two backs for Barbin on 3rd down. 7 yards to go for the Flyers. Barbin looking to throw quickly. That ball a little too high. Was looking the way of Topham again on the slant. Had him open, but couldn't connect, and Dixie will come out to punt. So already we've seen the Flyers target Topham a couple times, and we mentioned Nyberg, their leading receiver. Topham, their 2nd leading receiver, and at 6'3", certainly a bigger target. On that ball, you'd love to see Barbin get just a touch lower and into the chest of his senior wideout. 4th down, Davis back to receive this punt. Boy, that one just barely missed. Davis lets it take a hop, and it's kept in right at the 1. What a great job by this coverage team of the Flyers. And a late penalty flag thrown in on the play as Medina looking to get an explanation from the official. Regardless, it will be less than a yard difference due to the spot of the ball. It's a great punt and a great job of coverage. Multiple Flyers were down there. It was tough for me to get a number. And my apology to the Flyers down there who made the play, keeping that one right in as Davis elected to let it hop. We mentioned the good rush put on. That was MJ Tafisi, the junior linebacker for the Hawks, number 44. nearly got that one, or got a piece of that one, as the penalty here is indeed on Alta, and a half the distance penalty, so mark off about 6 inches. That's how far pinned the Alta Hawks are, and certainly not desirable field position to start their second drive of the ball game. And again, we see that penalty bug early here against the Hawks. So look at where that ball is spotted. Back on the goal line. First down after the incredible punt. For the Hawks, it's Davis. He'll break the goal line. Is met there by Peyton Wilgar, the junior. Second on the team in tackles, Wilgar. Able to limit Davis to a pickup of 3 or 4. Would expect Alta to go back to Davis here on second down. Pistol formation. Now they're going to throw quickly. And that ball incomplete. Boy, right in the hands of Engstrom. And he couldn't bring it in. Engstrom, the leading receiver for these Alta Hawks. Led the way for him last year as well, a captain. The 6'1 junior, sure-handed. That one just maybe a little too excited to get down the field before he had secured it. Third down and 7 coming up for Alta, as they're still getting set. Plenty of time on the play clock here. Dana to throw on third down. Pressure coming from behind. He gets it away. That ball caught right at the 14. And that's going to be good for a first down. It was completed to London Rockwood. Fasiota Famui, the junior corner, there in coverage, able to make the tackle. But it is a Hawk first down, and a great read from Dana. First down, handoff to Josh Davis, looking to his right, cuts back in as a penalty flag comes in. Davis will pick up 11 yards on the carry. Have a feeling that probably will not stand, as our officials get together to communicate that one. That penalty was spotted back at the 16. And if it's a holding, that is a spot penalty, as we get the call here from our head official. It is. More penalties on the Alta Hawks, and that already, I think it's 4 or 5 as we're approaching the midway point here in the first quarter. We'll back Alta up. So after the holding penalty, 1st and 15, they give to Davis. He tries that left side, is bottled up quickly by the end Fisher, who's had a good start to this contest. Davis ahead to the 12-yard line, a pickup of 4. And already this Dixie defense has done a better job against Davis than we saw last week against the Huskies. No knock against Hillcrest. He's a tough one, but Dixie knows the task at hand. Second down and 12. Dana to throw, surveying. He has an opportunity to run it. Malachi coming down on him, as Dana will pick up 2 yards and get back to the original line of scrimmage. See Malachi hunting him down there. A nice job by the senior linebacker for the Flyers. Third and 10 to go for the Hawks on a drive that started inside their own 1. Over the middle, that ball caught by Engstrom. Looking to turn it back inside. Engstrom slips through a tackle across midfield inside the 40 and tackled out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And what a run after the catch by Zach Engstrom. He was eventually forced down by Tyler Mamua, Mamua with the tackle at the 36. A big gain on third down for this Alta Hawk offense. Dana, a give to Engstrom up the middle. He'll get to the 30-yard line before being brought down by a couple Flyers, including Pulsifer.
Engstrom on the counter.
A great throw by Dana back on that third down. He had Engstrom and threw him open as the coverage was right there. And then Engstrom, you see the wheels on the junior receiver. He'll make the big run after the catch. Dana under center on second down, gives to Davis. He's inside the 30 to the 26, going to be close to that first down. I mentioned Josh Davis last week, 444 all-purpose yards.
It's a first down.
Saw something this week. That's good for a top 10 in state history single game performance yardage-wise for the senior running back from Alta. On first down, and it's Afu with the carry, down to about the 23-yard line. Afu, one of the kids they expect big things from this year. We've mentioned it before, had that big playoff game against East, a game in which Alta lost, but averaged nearly 7 yards per carry with a touchdown. Not an easy task against a very physical East defense. And back this year as a junior, big things coming from him. Second down, and that snap is bobbled. Davis able to get on it quickly before Pulsifer could for the Flyers, and Alta will retain the possession, bringing up a third and really long. A couple snap issues, and Dana not regularly under center. That one seemed to kind of launch right through his hands as well. We've seen that earlier. Both times Alta been able to recover it, to retain the possession. We'll bring up a third and tough here. 3.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Dana, 3rd and 12. Looking over the middle, and that ball broken up, nearly intercepted. Again, that was Mamua with the deflection, and it will bring up a 4th down for Dixie. And my apologies, that's Mamea. Can't read my own handwriting. Alta gonna stay on the field here. 4th down and 12. Dana to throw that ball, not close to his receiver. Fisher got on him. And the Dixie Flyer defense makes the hold. Alta turns over on downs. What a great job by this Dixie defense. Fisher around the edge. Boy, he has introduced himself a couple times tonight to Will Dana. Dana knew he had to get rid of it, was trying to get it to a spot. The coverage was there for Dixie, in all fairness, but receiver didn't have enough time to get to the spot anyway. 3 receivers to the top of the screen as Dixie takes over on downs back at their own 28-yard line. This give going nowhere. Mitch Medina bursting through and dropping Dixie for a loss on the play.
Stopping the run off the right side.
We mentioned Medina leads them in tackling, and a good reason there. Boy, he burst right through that line, and absolutely no chance for Quinn that time by the Dixie Flyers to gain anything positive. Second and 12, and how about this? 4 receivers to the bottom of the screen for the Flyers. Barbin will throw this out quickly. Caught at about the 24-yard line, up to the 30. As Max Brown with the reception for Dixie, picking up about 4.
Matahola on the stop.
And Matahola there to make the tackle for Alta. It's a kid who is a riser on recruiting boards, a 6'3" senior outside linebacker. Had a good season so far. 3rd down and 8 for Barbin. Coming across the formation is Nyberg. Barbin looking for somewhere to go, trying to loft this over the D, and it's caught. What a catch brought in by Topham across midfield to the 46. 1st down for Dixie. Boy, in that time, not much that Zach Alsop can do. He's matched up with Topham stride for stride, and that's just a great job by Barbin, lofting it over the 5'8" corner into the hands of Topham. That's 6'3" against 5'8". That's a good matchup for Dixie, and one that Coach Stokes will take as often as Alta's willing to give it to him. 1st down for the Flyers at the 46, and Alta coming with the blitz. Ball thrown, and it's caught down to the 31-yard line, and a great read that time by Barbin, able to get it to Nyberg as he takes it to the 31-yard line. They caught the Hawks blitzing, and Barbin able to make them pay, and a great read and a good quick turnaround there by Nyberg, able to get the head around, locate, and bring it in. And with the blitzing of the linebackers, open space, and it was the safety able to bring down Nyberg, but not before picking up the big 1st down. Approaching 1 minute left here in our opening quarter. Pistol formation for the Flyers. Pitched back. Quinn trying to get outside, inside the 25, and brought down at about the 23-yard line. Good run for Quinn that time as he picks up about 8 yards. Speaking of Quinn, has had a couple of good games, especially against Lone Peak. 14 carries, 91 yards. He has yet to score his first touchdown of the season. Looking to do so here tonight for the sophomore back for the Flyers. Second down and 2 yards to go. Barbin surveying. Quinn to his left. 2 receivers each side. Throws this quickly. Caught to the 18-yard line. Goes Hobbs Nygren, 5'9" junior, and he will have the first down for the Flyers. Love what Dixie's been doing. They came out with the run, and now they're starting to open things up a little bit, and they've found success. You gotta love Jacob Barbin. Coaches knew that he could grasp this offense, said he's a very intelligent kid, one that just kind of needed the snaps, needed some time to develop in the offense, and he's developing nicely here early on in 2016. Pistol formation on 1st and 10 for the Flyers inside of 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's Quinn through the line and tackled down at the 10. A couple Hawks there, including Alsop. A pickup of 9 for the sophomore Ammon Quinn. And Dixie will not have to run another play here. I don't think they will. They will let the quarter expire. No score here either way from Alta High School as the Flyers and the Hawks tied up at 0 at the end of the first quarter. When it comes to helping families and individuals become homeowners, Academy Mortgage is first choice. Academy helped a record number, over 41,000 families, get into homes in 2015. The Salt Lake City-based lender has been delivering the dream of home ownership since 1988 by providing exceptional service and a broad portfolio of products and tools to tackle even the most challenging financing situations. Our values and integrity are just a couple of reasons why Academy is ranked one of the top independent mortgage lenders in the United States. Go for the touchdown and turn to Academy Mortgage for all of your home financing needs. Go Hawks! Well, for a team that has lost a pair of games by over 20 points apiece, the Dixie Flyers not intimidated at all. And these two teams, we mentioned in our open, they played last year. The Dixie Flyers, of course, had a fantastic year. Alta was just kind of building under first-year Coach Teo. But it was a 38-0 lead at the half for the Flyers. They cruised 45-13, and it's one of those games where, you know, the Dixie Flyers, they had to replace a lot on offense. Defense, they came back. They knew how to limit Davis. He had 17 carries for only 66 yards and a touchdown. He was also the leading receiver for Alta. But they know the potent offense that the Hawks have, and they did a great job against it last year. They've done a great job here in the first 12 minutes tonight. Second down, 1 yard to go for the Flyers as we start the second quarter. Barbin going to tuck this and run inside the 5, and it will set up a 1st and goal for the Flyers. As Tafisi was there for Alta, as was Shields, the junior defensive end for the Hawks.
1st and goal.
And again, you see Barbin really maturing. See him make the read, understand the pass wasn't there, tuck it and run. And now a 1st and goal, and Quinn, the back, would not be surprised to see it go there. 1st and goal. It does go to Quinn into the end zone. Touchdown, Dixie. Ammon Quinn with his first touchdown of the season, coming from 4 yards out, and the Flyers take the early lead here in the second quarter, 6-0 over Alta. A great read there by Barbin, able to get it to Quinn, and a reward well-deserved for the sophomores. The PAT up and good. It is 7-0 Dixie.
Attempt is good.
And you kind of had the feeling it was going to go that route when their leading tailback through 2 weeks does not have a rushing touchdown yet. You just kind of know They want to get him on the board, get him some confidence. He's a kid that doesn't need confidence. He's a great back for the Flyers. But get him a rushing touchdown. And in the books, the Flyers take the early lead here. Important for the Hawks here to get some confidence. They have really shot themselves in the foot on a couple drives tonight with penalties. We've seen first downs come off the board. We've seen big plays get called back as the Alta Hawks have had, even on a return, saw a personal foul. We've seen some holdings.
Back for the Hawks.
The Hawks could do themselves a favor here by tightening things up, cleaning it up a little bit. Reed to kick off. And again, he's going to pooch this. Our officials are going to blow this dead. I don't think they gave them the all clear, and will re-kick. And it's pretty clear that Dixie wants no part of Josh Davis in the return game. We touched on that earlier. It's a good mentality. And even with London Rockwood back, you never know if Alta's going to make the call to switch players. I'll tell you this, though, if they're going to pooch that all night, I would not be shocked at all to see Alta maybe make a bit of a shift and move to Uafu, maybe up a little bit. He is inching up. So after the kickoff, this ball pooched. It will be Afu from his own 24-yard line. This is a kid who can burst it. He's got great speed, trying to get outside. Won't get there as he's brought down at the 30. A great tackle made by Famui. So out comes the Hawk offense, trailing here 7-0. And this is the first time Alta's trailed all year long. 49-20 victors against Taylorsville. The first game of the season here at Douglas Anderson Field. Last week, boy, they jumped on the Huskies early, 32-0 after the first quarter, en route to an easy victory there. So an opportunity for Alta to face a little bit of adversity. On first down, Afu the back. Davis comes across in motion. They give it to him, trying to stretch his outside. Look at that Flyer defense. Nowhere to go for Josh Davis. Famui and Mamiya back and tackling Davis for a loss on the play. 3-yard loss for Josh Davis. Davis will line up in the backfield here on second down. It's a screen caught by Engstrom, turning upfield, and a good play there as Engstrom ahead for a pickup of 8. Brought down
on the swing pass
by
right.
number 37, Fakahua. Fakahua, an intelligent kid. He's had conversations with MIT. In fact, in the conversation, they let him know, hey, we have a football program here. He's a 4.0 student. Third down and short, flared out. Engstrom across the 40, spins off, still on his feet. Engstrom shielding Dixie Flyers and pushed out of bounds inside the 45. What a job by Zach Engstrom as Mamiya came over, and Engstrom was just like, now get off me. A big first down for the Hawks.
42-yard line.
Boy, what a play by Engstrom. You see, he's not the biggest kid, listed at 6'1", 194, but showed great physicality and toughness there. First down, thrown out to Rockwood, looking for some blocking. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Rockwood,
going back real quickly while we have a minute to Fakahua. Mentioned the MIT interest. Utah State also interested in the kid. Second down and 6. Thrown near side. And down at the 35 is Jaden Russell, the senior receiver, for a pickup of 3.
Jaden Russell on the reception.
We'll bring up a third down and short for the Hawks.
3rd and 30.
Might be interesting here as Afu comes into the game. They're going to line up I formation on 3rd and short. Dixie showing blitz up the middle. They give it to Davis. He's got the first down. And he's brought down at the 30. A pickup of 5 for Josh Davis.
Off the right side.
One thing that stood out last week against Hillcrest was the vision of Davis, and he displayed it right there. There were not a lot of gaps in that Dixie Flyer defenses. They brought linebackers up the middle. Davis able to identify a hole and pick up 5 and the first for Alta. Dana, the pump fake, dialing up deep, and that ball was a little overthrown, was looking the way of Harrison as it falls incomplete. And a good idea there as Harrison was looking like he was setting it up, and the little pump fake was almost to set up the screen, draw the defense up. It worked. Harrison just couldn't get to the spot quick enough, and Dana ends up overthrowing him in the process. I formation on 2nd and 10. Davis with the straight carry, and he fumbled the ball. It's loose, and I think the Flyers have it. They do. Dixie comes up with the turnover, and it's Buddy Stevenson. I believe it's Magale Stevenson, but he goes by Buddy, the junior linebacker, comes up with a fumble recovery, and unofficially the first turnover of the year by the Alta Hawks.
Fumble is recovered at the 26-yard line.
On the change of possession, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Cook Orthodontics. Alta High Football is sponsored by Cook Orthodontics, creating confidence with beautiful smiles. Visit Cook Orthodontics at the corner of 10th East and 114 South wearing an Alta High t-shirt and receive $500 off of your new orthodontic treatment. So after the turnover, the Flyers come out on their own 26-yard line. They give the ball off. It's Quinn ahead, picking up 5-6 yards on the carry. And boy, you know, we talked about before that last Alta drive that they could really just help themselves out and not turn the ball over, and you get the fumble. And right now, not a lot going right, is kind of a partial injury for Dixie as Burgess was hobbling off. He'll get to the sideline, number 70, one of the offensive linemen for the Flyers. On 2nd down. Ball thrown out quickly, caught. Looking upfield, a nice job there by Nygren as he's up to the 41-yard, Nyberg, excuse me, up to the 41-yard line. Picking up the first down, a pickup of 9 yards on the play. And Barbin looking really comfortable back there. Alta not getting much pressure on him right now. This Dixie offensive line has done a really good job against a defensive front that's had its way the first 2 weeks. Again, 2 backs alongside Barbin here on first down for the Flyers. Hand this off, Quinn, and not much room there. There's that defensive front as Diamond Famafoy, the sophomore, able to get in there and limit the gain to a pickup of only a yard for Quinn of the Flyers. Great size up front for Alta defensively. We mentioned Famafoy, 6'1", 260. Couple others that we'll get to here in a bit. 2nd and 9 for the Flyers. 3 receivers to the right of Barbin as he's looking to the sidelines. Pressure coming. Hola was able to get there, dials one up deep, and guess who again? Josh Topham coming up with the big reception on 2nd and 9, and Dixie going over the top again.
1st and 10 for Dixie.
And again, that's Alsop matched up with him. Alsop, a 3-year starter for the Hawks, a good corner. It's a sheer size advantage right now for the Flyers. 7:40 left here in the opening half. Brown coming across the formation in motion. They give to Quinn. He is stacked up again after picking up maybe a yard. We mentioned that defensive front. Vinny Vala'au, one of them, as well as Fine Maka, the senior defensive tackle. Maka at 6'2", 311. Second down and 9 for the Flyers. Nyberg in motion, and a penalty flag comes in here. This will back Dixie up a little bit. When we talk about penalties hurting Alta, I think this is the second penalty on the Flyers. The first one on the offensive side of the ball, it is on Dixie, back him up 5 yards. And now here's an opportunity for this Alta defense. They've really done pretty well up to this point of the contest. That last drive was great by Dixie. Prior to that, the whole first quarter, Alta did a great job. After the Flyer penalty, second down, 14 yards to go. Aquin to the right of Barbin, 2 receivers each side. No pressure from Alta. This ball thrown out, and Topham couldn't make the catch. A good throw there by Barbin. The coverage was good as well for Alta. Alsop and Tafisi able to get out there, do their jobs defensively.
3rd and 14.
Not much space for Barbin to fit that one. A big play here on both sides of the ball. 6:29 left here in the opening half. 7-0 Dixie with the advantage. As Jacob Barton facing a 3rd and 14. He keeps it, has some time, now stepping up, and Tafisi brings him down. Barbin will pick up a yard, but a great job there by MJ Tafisi staying home and limiting the gain. It'll bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Flyers. Max Brown comes out to punt. Davis again standing at his own 5. Last time we were in this situation, it turned out well for Dixie. The punt was down at the 1, and then a penalty took it inside the 1.
Josh Davis back to the 6.
Brown rolling to his right, gets this away, and again they're trying to go away from Davis. It will take a bounce. What a punt by Brown as it takes a bounce at the 6, down at the 5 by Stuart Segmiller, the junior linebacker. While we have a minute, Rocky Mountain Foot and Ankle, trusted podiatrist serving Draper and Murray, Utah, also providing services in Sandy and Salt Lake City. Your feet are the foundation of your body. When you're experiencing problems with or pain in your feet, it affects your well-being. These problems can make it difficult to manage all aspects of your life in a healthy and productive way, and seeing a podiatrist could be the right answer. Our podiatry specialists understand this and take our commitment to your better health seriously. On first down, the give up the middle with Davis. Not much room there as he'll pick up about 5 yards on the carry.
11-yard line.
That ended up being better than I initially thought it was. High formation here on second down for the Hawks. Davis again with the carry, and they're going right back to the ground. Davis ahead for a pickup of about 4 on the play. They'll bring up a 3rd and short. And I like this move here from Alta. Davis had the fumble on the last drive, but get him the rock, help him feel more comfortable in this game, especially where he isn't getting the returns. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Davis again on the carry, and he's through the hole. Josh Davis up to the 31-yard line, and a big run there by Davis. A nice tackle made by Pulsifer's Afu. The big fullback comes up limping. But more importantly, that's what we're talking about. Get the offensive line in motion, get Davis the rock, help them feel comfortable. As a timeout taken here by the Flyers. Let's go back real quickly. My apologies to Rocky Mountain Foot and Ankle. I tried to fit it in, and boy, Alta was just too quick offensively. Rocky Mountain Foot and Ankle, our podiatrists are here to help you build a strong and healthy foundation by addressing any podiatric issues that may be keeping you from your best self. Visit Rocky Mountain Foot and Ankle for your podiatry needs. So an interesting timeout taken there by Dixie. We want to reset things here. They lead 7-0, 4:51 to play. And as we mentioned before that last drive, Alta's been shooting themselves in the foot. You see they certainly have the offensive firepower. The big run there by Davis. They've dialed up a good pass to Engstrom, significant yards after the catch. But Dixie very intent on taking away the return game. And special teams, for any of you Utah followers, know what a big aspect of the game that can be. So important to Coach Witt up on the hill. And Dixie, boy, they are trying to take Davis out of this game by limiting his returns. It's worked well to this point. Is Coach Teo having a conversation with our official. We're waiting for that conversation to wrap up before the Alta offense comes back out for this drive, or to resume this drive at least. As we mentioned, 4:51 left here in the opening half. It's been a quick ball game up to this point. Happens when you aren't scoring every drive. Alta not accustomed to that here in the first couple weeks of the season. as we are back and ready to roll. Dana coming out in the pistol formation here for Alta. First down after the Davis carry. Dana looking to throw, dialing one up deep, and that ball just in front of the receiver Maxfield, and he may have laid up a step when he saw the coverage over the top. It's not a bad throw from Dana. Might be tough to see on the angle, but it looked like he may have just laid up when he saw the corner. Famui was playing over the top, wasn't going to beat him with speed, and ended up costing the completion. Dana on second down, going to give this off to Davis. He's looking for a hole and still able to find a couple yards as Mamiya, the senior safety, credited with the tackle. Davis picking up 3 yards on the carry. Afu back out there, good sign for the Alta offense. 3rd and 7, a play action. Dana rolling to his right. He's got a man down the field looking, and that ball's complete. Caught by MJ Tafisi and tackled down at the 32-yard line by Wilgar. And boy, Tafisi a little slow to get up as Wilgar threw him to the turf hard. To borrow a phrase, welcome to the mat. Peyton Wilgar, the junior safety, is Tafisi. See him get back up, and good to see. Probably just had the wind knocked out of him. That was a strong tackle made. Not easy to pick up MJ Tafisi, 6'1", 220. First down for the Hawks. It's Davis again looking up the middle. Pick up there of 4 yards. As in on the tackle was Fisher for the Flyers. Good to see that balance back with the Alta offense. They didn't have to have it last week. We mentioned the day that Davis had. I think Dana only threw 6 passes in the ball game. Tonight, much more balanced. Second down and 7. Davis on the carry, and he's ahead for a pickup of 3 as he's gang tackled there. And in fairness to Alta, I mean, when you get out to that type of lead, you certainly don't want to keep throwing the ball. There's no need to. Everything was working last week. You don't want to rub it in. It looked that way regardless of what they were going to do offensively. 3rd down and 4. Davis with the carry, and he's tripped up. What a great job, and guess who? It is Fakahua credited with the tackle. And that will bring up a 4th down for Alta.
Davis tripped up at the 25-yard line, 4th down.
The Alta offense once again staying on the field here for 4th down. 4th and 3, pistol formation. Dana throws out quickly and nowhere to go. A great job of playing that by Wilgar, the safety. You're not going to fool him on that one. Tackling Rockwood right at the point of the catch, and Alta will turn it over on downs once again. Tell you what, this Dixie defense has been impressive, and if that tells you anything, it's that Lone Peak and Springville are pretty darn good offensively. As Alta, a team that scored 49 and 67, they have yet to get on the board. Inside of 3 minutes to play here in the opening half. Again, 4 receivers to the bottom of the screen for Barbin. In the shotgun on first down. Taking his time, play clock inside of 5 seconds. Pressure coming up the middle, gets rid of it quickly, caught by Topham, and out of bounds after picking up about 5 yards, although a penalty flag is in on the play here. While we sort this out, we noted Barbin, his first year starting, just a junior, but he is the younger brother of Brett Barbin. He was an all-state receiver last year for the Dixie Flyers, on that team that made it to the state championship game before losing to Logan. And you can tell football runs in the family. Barbin, not a receiver, but certainly has a good arm. As a big penalty called there on the Dixie Flyers will back them up significantly. 1st and 25 for the Flyers after the penalty. Barban in the shotgun. As Medina backs out of the blitz. Pressure coming. Barban, he's going to go down. Afu gets him. That's a great rush put on by Vala'au. And then Afu there to clean things up, and they have gotten to Barban for the first time tonight. I think that might be the second time, but either way, that's the first time we've really seen this Alta defense have the attack pay off for them. They've brought blitzes. Dixie's done a good job of getting away from the blitz or picking up the blitz. That time they brought it around the edge, and it paid off dividends for the Hawks. 2nd down and 28 for the Flyers. Aquin the back, and they don't run it. Pressure coming again. That ball deflected, and it's caught by one of the linemen. And a good job. I couldn't see who got the paw up there. I think it might have been Hola. He was congratulated by Famafoy. Either way, the Alta Hawk defense, they are flying around now, and a timeout taken with 1:39 left here in the half. That's a nice job by Alta, recognizing an opportunity developing here. You get the penalty to back them up, a couple big defensive stands. And just like that, you have an opportunity. You get a stop here on 3rd and 28. And then you might get really good field position after the punt. If anything, we've seen that in the kicking game, Dixie has mainly taken advantage of great field position. The punts haven't had great length to them. They've tried to punt away from Davis. How do you do that when he's lining up at the 50, number 1, number 2? You don't have the goal line to help you. So a good call there by Coach Teo. An opportunity to help his defense get aligned right here on 3rd and long and get off the field and hopefully give their offense one more chance before the end of the half. Both teams come back out, and one of the things that we expected to see was Hobbs Nyberg. They've targeted him a few times. He had almost 800 yards receiving last year and 8 touchdowns. And while he's been targeted a few times, it's been Josh Topham who's really helped Barban attack this Alta defense with his height on the perimeter. Third down and 28 yards to go. I think it's closer to 29. 4-man rush. Boy, Barban got hit. This ball thrown up, and it's intercepted. Tyler Hill with his 2nd NIT of the season. And a big turnover. Great field position for the Alta Hawks coming out. You know, not a bad play call there. Barban, you're just throwing one up. It's essentially a punt on 3rd and 28. Hill able to come up with it. But it gives a little bit of momentum to this Alta team, the team that really Dixie's done a great job of not allowing any momentum to build. Does this help Will Dana and this offense find the rhythm 38 yards away from tying this thing up as they come back out on the field with 1:34 left here in the half? Pistol formation on 1st down. Dana to throw. That ball caught by Harrison. Slips through a tackle inside the 30 to the 25 and tackled at the 22-yard line. As a couple Flyers got there, Staley as well as Mamiya, but a big reception by Harrison. 1st down, Alta quickly up to the line. Dana looking again, all sorts of time, throws this to the boundary. Engstrom unable to make the reception. Boy, no pressure coming from Dixie there. They dropped back to play defense, and Dana had all sorts of time. That you could tell that internal clock was going. Felt he needed to get rid of it. 2nd down and 10, I formation. Again, a bad snap, and Dana able to jump on it. He'll lose 2 yards on the play, and a timeout taken here by Alta.
Timeout, Alta. Their first timeout.
Alta, I think, only has 1 left. The scoreboard says they will have 2 left, but pretty certain they took one on the defensive end on that last drive. Regardless, a timeout taken here by Coach Teo to stop the clock and prevent that from draining down, as Alta facing a 3rd and 12. Alta's had 3rd and long before, and they've gone over the middle to Engstrom. He's been the primary target in these types of situations. It's paid off well for the Hawks. But it's a team that they return like 97% of their receiving yards off of last year's squad. They only graduated one receiver, and he had less than 100 yards receiving on a team that threw for 2,800 yards. So whether it's Engstrom, Davis, Maxfield, Rockwood, they've got options on the perimeter to do the Alta Hawks, and I think they're going to go for the first down here, no question about it. 3rd and 12. Dana going deep, and that ball intercepted. Boy, a couple of Hawks there, and that was one that Harrison was there, and over the top was Rockwood. And it's a big pick made by the Flyers. I think it was Wilgar once again. Boy, and Peyton Wilgar is having himself a ball game tonight for the Flyers, and boy, just tough luck there for Alta. It's a great read by Dana. You have Harrison underneath, Rockwood over the top, and Harrison thinks it's coming to him. He tries to make the play and couldn't make it, and the Hawks turn it over once again. First down for the Flyers after the interception. 1:11 left here in the opening half. The Flyers lead 7-0. This ball tucked as Barban didn't have the reads he liked. He's ahead for a pickup of 5.
Quarterback keeper off the right side, up to the 20-yard line.
And again, Barban very quick to make decisions. It's 1 read, 2 read, and we're out of the pocket. They know this pass rush of Alta can be deadly. On 2nd down, Barban. Only a 3-man rush here by the Hawks, throwing, and that ball caught right at the sticks. And it is caught by Topham as Alsop there to make the tackle. Topham picks up the first down with 38 seconds left. The ball's at the 26-yard line. Do not know the strength of Barban's arm. Is Dixie here going to take a timeout? So it appears as though the Flyers are willing to make a push here for a late score. Talking about the Flyers and Coach Andy Stokes, his 2nd year as the head coach of the Dixie Flyers, took over for Blaine Monkers, who left to take a college OC job, and now Coach Monkers, how about this? He's just up the road coaching at Murray High School. His first year back in the prep ranks, a longtime coach at Fremont. And then, of course, was at Dixie for a number of years, had enormous success down in St. George. And then took the Murray High job, and that was a job that was just starting to rise and come up. And Coach Monkers has a bit of a build on his hand, but that being said, Coach Stokes, a great season last year, ends up going 9-3 on the season. Again, makes it to Rice-Eccles Stadium, losing to Logan. That was a good Logan team. And Coach Stokes looking for what would be his 10th win at the program. 1st and 10. 38 seconds left here in the opening half. Barban. Pressure coming. Again, he'll step up as a penalty flag comes in. This most likely coming back. Barban's going to be brought down by Alsop after picking up 5 yards, and we'll sort out the flag. Back at the 23-yard line, and if this is a holding, which typically they are in that vicinity, would not be surprised to just see Dixie take a couple knees and head to the locker room. As we get the call from our official, it is a holding on the Flyers. So play negated. We will replay first down after backing them up. If that's from the 23, it will be back at the 13. Indeed it is. It will be first down and 23 yards to go for the Flyers. Barban has 2 backs in the backfield with him. Running clock here, 25 seconds left to play. Barban appears in no rush. They'll have to take a snap, but it can really come at any time. About a 4-second differential. Play clock down to 6. On first down, they hand the ball off. It is Nyberg. Another penalty flag comes in as he gets out of bounds with 1.6 left. The penalty flag, I think, is against Dixie. But again, it won't matter. The Flyers really can take the ball wherever the officials spot it. And we will be at halftime as we await the call here from our head official. And it is another hold, this one from the 22, so we'll back them up. Really, they'll lose about a yard, maybe two. A yard is where it's going to be placed, back on the 12. 1.6 seconds left. And I don't know that Dixie will get, no, they will have one final shot. Barbin, take the knee. That'll do it. The Dixie Flyers, they shut out Alta in the game last year in St. George. This year it's a little closer, but they still have the lead 7-0. They lead the Hawks here at the break. We're going to keep the stream going for you. We're going to zoom out, allow you to go catch a drink, grab some food. We will meet you back here in approximately 15 minutes and allow you to enjoy halftime here from Alta High School.
Please welcome the Alta High LaSalle's and the Alta High Marching Band. The drill team will be dancing to Don't Stop Believing, played by the marching band. The drill team is under the direction of Keisha Prince, Brianna Gilbert, and Lawrence Pierce. The marching band is under the direction of Caleb Chavaseri. Let's hear it for the drill team and the marching band. marching band will now be performing a section from the 2016 show Avalon.
getting ready to start the second half, and the Dixie Flyers are ready. They've been on their sideline for the last 2 or 3 minutes, just waiting to get out on the field. They hold the 7-0 lead, and it's going to be up to the Alta Hawks. The offense has been a little out of sorts. We've seen a couple turnovers. Has not helped the cause. A couple of turnover on downs as well. To start the second half, the first kickoff of the game from the Alta Hawks. This is fielded back at his own 4-yard line. And it's Max Brown looking outside and just tripped up, and a big tackle made there for Alta by Tui Maka, the sophomore, able to bring Brown down. So we see the Alta offense, the Dixie offense come out for the first time here in this second half. We mentioned holding the 7-0 lead. And it was off of an Aquin 4-yard touchdown run. We mentioned the turnovers has helped Dixie. First down for the Flyers, and it's over the middle, wide open. Will they catch him? It's Hobbs Nyberg. No, they won't. Touchdown, Dixie. What a play call from the Flyers. A 76-yard touchdown pass from Barbin to Nyberg. And the Dixie Flyers double their lead immediately out of the gates here at halftime. That's a great play, a beautiful call. That middle was wide open as Alta was bringing pressure. Nyberg able to take advantage of it as penalty flags come in here on the PAT. Boy, and not the way that Alta was hoping to start this second half. Is a penalty here on the point after. They'll move it 1.5 yards in, and another try. Well, first try never got off, so we will have our first try here. Reed, the kicker, on the PAT. Hold is good. Kick is up. It's 14-0. Flyers have the lead. What a start to the second half. Barbin to Nyberg. There's the leading receiver for the Dixie Flyers, making Alta pay. And again, that middle was wide open, and Nyberg showed his speed after the catch. And maybe an upset alert here from Alta High School. As we mentioned in our pregame, these two teams have only met once before. That was last season. Dixie shut out Alta in the first half of that game. They allowed 13 second half points, eventually winning 45-13, and they have shut Alta out here tonight. And Coach Teo needing his offense to respond in a big way here. Just 18 seconds into the second half. And another opportunity. We have seen Brown just pooch kick these.
Josh Davis,
Reed. Got it confused with the punter. This kick fielded at the 20, and it's Engstrom up ahead past the 35 to the 38-yard line before being brought down, and the Alta offense comes out on the field.
First and 10 for the Hawks.
So again, this Alta offense, we've seen a couple fourth down tries that haven't gone their way. Davis had a fumble earlier. Dana threw an interception. It's been an offense that was perfect with turnovers, with possession in the first 2 weeks. Tonight they've been bitten a little bit. Trailing here 14-0. First possession for the Hawks here in the second half. It's a handoff to Davis looking up the middle, and he'll pick up about 4 yards on the dive. Second down coming up for Alta.
For 3 yards. Second and 7.
And again, the balance that Alta has, Dana can certainly throw it. Davis, Afu, very talented out of the backfield. Afu here on second down. And that time a false start penalty going to come on the tight end as Tafisi was lined up and he just couldn't keep his balance, saw him roll forward, and Alta will once again have a penalty back them up. It's been that way literally from the opening kick. The opening kick, they had a 15-yarder. So after the penalty, 2nd down and 12 for the Alta Hawks. Dana looking to throw, has the pocket, thrown outside, that ball caught. And a nice tackle made immediately there by Famui. The junior corner is Rockwood with the reception. A gain of 8 on the play. And see that? That's not an easy throw. You're thrown to the far side of the field with multiple guys in coverage. Good arm by Dana on 2nd down. 3rd and 5, and once again, that may have been a hard count. I'm going to credit Dana that time. We saw Dana, I think, with a bit of a hard count on that one, and Fisher was coming off like a rocket. That will give Alta a 1st down via penalty. First down for the Hawks right at midfield. 5 receiver set. Dana looking to throw. That ball caught by Engstrom. And once again, Engstrom with a short pickup of 3. As again, Dana was getting pressure from Fisher. Not the first time tonight. They've had trouble around that end. Number 18 for the Flyers has done a great job of getting in this Alta backfield, particularly in passing situations. I formation on 2nd and 7. And a give to Davis. Through the line of scrimmage, around, has one man to beat. Davis turns in, and he's knocked down inside the 30. A touchdown saving tackle by Peyton Wilgard. But a big carry there from Davis on 2nd down. And the Alta Hawks offense starting to find its rhythm here on its first drive of the 2nd half. First down. Again, it's a carry by Davis following his blockers, and he's brought down by Wilgar after picking up a pair. Is they starting to find its rhythm, its momentum? They've had drives in this ball game. The penalties and the turnovers have eventually ended all of them. It has not been the first time they've been able to move the ball against this Dixie defense. The difference is Dixie's been able to make stands when they've needed to make stands. They've got another opportunity here. Afu and Davis in the backfield on 2nd down. Dana going deep, has a man, and that ball broken up. Dana was looking for Parker Nielsen, and it was once again Famui, the junior corner in coverage, there to break up the play.
3rd down.
And I tell you what, we have called number 20 on both sides tonight quite a bit. Davis for Alta offensively, but Famui has done a fantastic job living on an island tonight for this Dixie Flyer defense. He's been up to the task every time. 3rd down and 8 for Will Dana. Pressure around the edge. Dana steps up. Beautiful pocket presence by Will Dana. And that ball right on target. Caught at the 10-yard line by Landon Maxfield. And a 1st down for the Alta Hawks. Excuse me, at the 14. I think I said the 10. Right at the 14. Pistol formation on 1st down. Dana surveying, looking end zone, caught, touchdown Alta. A 14-yard touchdown pass from Dana to London Rockwood, and the Alta Hawks are on the scoreboard with 8:30 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. What a great throw from Dana. Able to hit Rockwood, maybe a little tall, but right between the coverage on a rope. And Rockwood teaming up with Dana, And getting that donut off the board, it's 14-7. The Hawks have responded here with 8:30 to play in the third quarter. When it comes to helping families and individuals become homeowners, Academy Mortgage is first choice. Academy helped a record number, over 41,000 families, get into homes in 2015. The Salt Lake City-based lender has been delivering the dream of homeownership since 1988 by providing exceptional service and a broad portfolio of products and tools to tackle even the most challenging financing situations. Our values and integrity are just a couple of reasons why Academy is ranked one of the top independent mortgage lenders in the United States. Go for the touchdown and turn to Academy Mortgage for all of your home financing needs. Go Hawks! We mentioned Coach Teo needed a response from his offense. He got it. And we talked about Dana's pocket presence, a great job of stepping up, feeling that rush from Fisher around the edge, buying time, and he delivered a couple of great balls to end that drive. This kick fielded at the 3, and it's loose. Dixie able to get back on it, and it works to the Flyers' advantage, as this was Mamiya with the return after that one bounced right off of him. Fortunately, he was able to get back on it. So now an opportunity for this Alta defense to step up. We mentioned in their first 2 games against Taylorsville, they gave up 20, Hillcrest 26. Those not the most prolific offenses. Be a good time for Alta to try to get a big stop here. Trailing by 7. 8:22 to play here in the third quarter. Dixie ball on the 34-yard line. And it's Barbin with 2 backs. Option play, pitches back to Aquin. And he will get out of bounds. Medina there to push him out of bounds. As Aquin that time maybe picked up a yard. In fact, he may not have even gotten that. Good pursuit that time by this Hawk defense. It's tough to get around the edge on them. These outside linebackers are no easy task to deal with between Hola, Medina. He's a middle, but he'll roam. And then, of course, Afu on the other side. We didn't even mention Tafisi. 1st and 10 for Dixie. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. That ball was deflected. And speaking of Tafisi, I think he got a piece of that one. Big number 44 with the pass breakup.
Making it 3rd and 10.
And it will bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Flyer offense. Boy, that second level of Alta. I mean, you mentioned Tafisi, Medina, so tough. And then Hola holds an offer from BYU. Mata Hola does, number 8. And then on the other end, Afu, and boy, a lot of those players just juniors. 3rd down and 10 for the Flyers. Again, 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Barbin looking to throw, flails this out to Aquin. He's hit immediately and tackled after a pickup of 4 yards. The pass was to Aquin out of the backfield, but Rockwood, man on a mission, shot to the ball and brought Rockwood down. 4th down coming up. A great response from the Alta Hawks here in the second half. They give up the big touchdown pass. But then the offense drives. Now a defensive stop. It's again opportunity for that offense to continue what they did on the last drive. Davis back to return this punt. And trying to punt it. Well, they go right to him at the 24-yard line. Davis has some room to the right. Gets a block. Davis across midfield. Turns in. Bounces off his own man and brought down at the 36-yard line as a pair of flags come in. I think this, well, we've also got a flag near midfield. So a lot of yellow hankies to sort out on the field, and this is not going to be an easy task and probably not one that fans of black and silver will like. While we have this opportunity, we talk about the balance of this Alta offense. It's going to be coming back out on the field. And with that, 4 receivers in the first 2 weeks have over 80 yards receiving. So Will Dana's done a fantastic job of really spreading the ball around on the offensive end. They have an ability to go deep, create big plays, but a lot of that is bounce. We've seen that tonight, short routes, routes over the middle. As we've got a personal foul here against Alta. That one's going to be damaging, and that was what all of the flags were for. So this will back them up significantly from where it would have been. Again, it would have been about the 36, 37-yard line. And they'll come back on their own end of the field. Nonetheless, still, net, it's a good return. First down for the Hawks. Dana under center from their own 44-yard line after the penalty. It's a give to Engstrom, and not much to do there, as Engstrom loses maybe a half yard. We haven't seen that much tonight, but Alta not afraid to take Engstrom and put him in the backfield. We've seen Davis line up as a wideout, particularly in the slot, but Engstrom was second on the team in rushing last year, and he can run out of the backfield. 2nd and 10 for the Hawks. It's Davis on the straight carry, room up the middle. Josh Davis in the open field. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Alta. Josh Davis from 56 yards out. And boy, if you watch the game against Hillcrest last year, that looks familiar. Josh Davis is on the board. And a big touchdown for Alta as they now try to knot things up with the point after try. They had some issues with these last week. An opportunity to see if that was an anomaly. Kick is up. It's good. It is tied up from Douglas Anderson Field here at Alta High School. 14 apiece, the Hawks and the Flyers. We'll take a moment to thank our sponsor, Rocky Mountain Foot and Ankle, trusted podiatrist serving Draper and Murray, Utah, also providing services in Sandy and Salt Lake City. Your feet are the foundation of your body. When you are experiencing problems with or pain in your feet, it affects your well-being. These problems can make it difficult to manage all aspects of your life in a healthy and productive way, and seeing a podiatrist could be the right answer. Our podiatry specialists understand this and take our commitment to your better health seriously. Our podiatrists are here to help you build a strong and healthy foundation by addressing any podiatric issues that may be keeping you from your best self. Visit Rocky Mountain Foot and Ankle for your podiatry needs. So how about that? The Dixie Flyers, one play from the line of scrimmage in the second half, they go up 14-0. And over the next 5 minutes, Alta has tied it up with two big drives, capped off by a 56-yard touchdown run from Josh Davis, and we are knotted up at 14. This kickoff takes a bounce and will go into the end zone for the touchback.
Ball skips into the end zone for the automatic touchback.
So that funny thing momentum now clearly with Alta, and it's an opportunity for Jake Barbin and this Dixie offense to come out and to try to quell some of it, getting it back for the boys in white. And Ammon Aquin, their leading rusher, we haven't seen him be of much effective use tonight, as they line up with 5 receivers here on first down. After the touchback, 4 receivers to the top of the screen, thrown out quickly, ball is caught. And trying to get around the edge, still on his feet and pushed out of bounds after making the reception was Nate Mahi, the sophomore, with a big gain on first down to get up to the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a nice play call. We've seen them load it up like that, 4 receivers to a side, and typically, not always, but typically they've gone with that screen, and it's had good outcomes here tonight. Pistol formation on first down. It's a give. It's Aquin. He will get up to the 40, picking up 3 yards as Mitch Medina able to make the tackle for the Hawks defensively.
Medina on the stop.
Medina second on the team in tackles behind Tafisi. Those 2 middle linebackers eating up opposing offenses this season. Again, coming in, Medina led them, Tafisi led them. Medina was not far behind him. He's had a good game here tonight. Dixie on 2nd and 7 from the 40. Barbin, a bit of a low snap, ball's out quickly, and it's behind the intended receiver, Topham. And you know what? We got to give credit to Zach Alsop. We've seen him lose some of those jump ball battles going over the top of him, but that time he was right there to pop Topham. Despite the ball being a little behind him, Alsop there making the play, and a good job there by number 24 in the black. 3rd and 7 for the Flyers. 5:37 left here in the 3rd quarter. Ball thrown deep and no one there. Overthrown, the target that time was Nyberg, and Hill had a read on it the whole way. It'll bring up a 4th down here for Dixie. That time we saw a nice job by this front 4 of Alta, pushing back that Dixie offensive line a little bit. Maybe made Barbin fire that one a little quickly, and the coverage was there. We talked about Hill over the top, but Nyberg was picked up underneath as well. He just kind of had to throw it to a space and get rid of it and live to play another down or another day. Brown to punt here. No, it's not Brown, excuse me. It is Keenan on 4th down. This punt over the head of Davis. He'll let it take a bounce inside the 5, and they won't save it. The player went into the end zone. This should be a touchback. The official's walking at the 1. I thought the player slid into the end zone, and he's going to down him at the 1. Interesting. So for the 2nd time tonight, the Dixie special teams unit have pinned Alta back on their own 1-yard line. In the first half, it was Brown. In the second half, it's been Keenan. The punting game has been really good tonight for Dixie, creating difficult situations for this Alta offense. But they have cut through this Dixie defense like a knife through warm butter the first 2 drives of this second half. We'll see if they can keep that trend going. After the punt, 1st down Alta on their own 1-yard line. It's Josh Davis getting out of the end zone. Turns upfield and just tripped up at about the 6. A good play made there by the corner Faumui again, as Davis picks up 5. Such a value when you have a back like Josh Davis pinned back against your own goal line. Alta's done a good job of digging out a couple times tonight. On 2nd down, I formation. Again, it's Davis looking left. Boy, he almost escaped that tackle as he's brought down for a short gain. Josh Davis, such a quick ability to shift, change directions, break things outside, usually defenders' ankles. As difficult of a back to defend in this state as there is this season. 3rd down and 3. Play action. Dana has a man wide open. It's Engstrom, and he couldn't bring it in. That ball may be a bit out in front of him. It will bring up a 4th and short for Alta. Boy, Engstrom was open by a mile, and we've seen earlier what he can do after the reception. Dana that time just let that one just get away from him a little bit. A throw he would love to have back. That's one that Dana, he typically hits that one right on the paws. So a good stop by this Dixie defense, as they're back to receive the punt. Pressure again, just able to get it away. It's going to take a bounce, and Dixie wants nothing to do with it. Alsop will down it, but it will be on the Alta side of the field. Dixie comes out at the Alta 47. So again, we get a chance to see this Dixie offense in a bit better situation field position wise here. As the special teams, you got to give the advantage to Dixie here tonight. The net of the 2 punts gained them a significant amount of yards to come out and start this drive, as we've got 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. 14 apiece, Nyberg in motion, they give it to him, nowhere to go. Hawks flocking to the ball, including Matahola there to make the tackle. And that play has seen better days. Certainly tonight, Alta's been all over that give to Nyberg. He has not had much room, and we've talked about the perimeter defense of the Alta Hawks. No one has really been able to get around the edge on them in the first 2.5 contests this season. Pistol formation on second down, and it's a give to Quinn. He is down to the 43-yard line, picking up about 5. And we've got stop clock here. I think might have a equipment issue. Yeah, and kind of hobbling off as well is Fine Maka, the big 6'2", 311 defensive tackle. As he heads to the boundary. Third down, and about 6 yards to go for the Flyers. Quinn the back, and a timeout going to be taken here by Dixie.
Timeout Dixie, that's their first timeout of the second half.
So we'll introduce you a little bit to the 3AA landscape, seeing as how it's Flyer football right now. The Flyers play in a tough region when you look at it. Pineview, Cedar, Dixie Hills, Hurricane. Good luck down there. That's not an easy lineup. Of course, Desert Hills are a really tough team. They came up here and played Jordan week 1, and boy, the Beat Diggers had to fend off a furious comeback put on by Desert Hills. Of course, Pineview, very good. In fact, in their 2 victories, they've outscored teams 81-10. We mentioned the Flyers, 0-2. Losses to Springville as well as Lone Peak. Has not helped their record, but it's a great thing for experience when you play in a region that tough to go up against great teams and get ready for what's going to be a difficult region. Third down and 6. Alta trying to make some noise, cheering on their defense. Nyberg in motion. Boy, just escaping the rush that time and throwing this one into the dirt. Nowhere to go for Jake Barbin. The junior was pursued heavily by Tafisi and Afu. Has to get rid of it, and a 4th down coming up here for Dixie. A great stop there by the Alta defense. They only give up 4 yards, and of course a lot of that has to do with stopping that sweep to Nyberg. Lost a yard on the play, makes it 2nd and long. Tough to call an offense when you're breaking in a quarterback, calling plays from that position. On 4th down, Dixie, again, they have lived on special teams tonight. This one not going to be one of those. It's out of bounds, and it probably didn't even get to the 1st down marker. It will, just barely. It's a 7-yard punt from the Dixie Flyers, and that's not how they drew it up. Certainly isn't what they would like to see, and certainly hasn't been the performance up to this point in complete fairness. But tell you what, when you pin Alta inside their own 5 3 times, and 1 of those, or 2 of those back on their own 1, I guess you take the average of the 3 and call it not a bad day, although in a tie ball game, you hate to give Alta and lose all that field position. So after the punt, Hawk football on their own 36-yard line, only 7 yards on the kick. It's Davis trying to get outside, and he won't get there. It's a good job shutting down the perimeter by Caden Williams, the junior defensive end, the first time we've called his name tonight.
2nd down.
We've got a Hawk down, and is this Davis? It might be. I'm looking for a 20 on the field, and I don't see one. Boy, and this would surely be a big deal. It is Josh Davis. He rolls over, and it looks like it might just be cramps. They are trying to stretch him out, and boy, maybe a sigh of relief on the Alta sideline. Again, we've talked about it. He was the state's leading rusher last year. 444 all-purpose yards last week against Hillcrest, 200 yards rushing on 8 carries. So certainly a big part of this offense is Josh Davis. again, trying to stretch, it looks like that right leg of the tailback Davis. He's a kid. He's got offers at the next level. 5 offers at this point. And based on his performance up to this point in this, well, based on last year and the first 2.5 weeks of this season, you have to think that number certainly going to go up as more tape gets out on Josh Davis. And boy, maybe they aren't stretching him as well. Yeah, they'll help him up. I saw them take him down, and it wasn't a good sign. He jogs off, and you hear the Alta reception. Happy to hear that Mr. Davis able to not only walk off but run off, and a good sign for those in the black and silver, black and white tonight here at Alta High School. Getting a shout out from the student section right now. Pistol formation on 2nd and 10. After Davis went out, Afu is the back. Dana to throw, does so quickly, that ball nearly intercepted. Boy, read beautifully that time by Jake Staley, the sophomore linebacker. And if he's able to come down with that, that's 6 for Dixie. There was no one out there in front of the linebacker for the Flyers. Josh Davis coming back on here, so he'll just miss the one play. No, now he's trying to run off, and once again, Fisher jumps offside. And boy, if that's on Fisher, that is going to just drive Coach Stokes nuts. I think right now they're trying to say that Alta was the cause of that, as our officials huddling. And we've seen Fisher a couple times tonight jump off sides. And boy, Davis is running off. Alta has 11 on the field. They can't snap the ball. And I'm not sure if Fisher thought someone moved, or maybe he thought the 12th man coming on and off was the signal. Will, of course, obviously can't get inside the helmet, but a big call here. It's 3rd and 10. So it's either going to be 3rd and 15 for the Hawks or 3rd and 5. And they would surely much rather operate in 3rd and 5. And it is on the Flyers. Coach Stokes asking for an explanation from the officials.
3rd and 5.
But a big boo-boo made there. Josh Davis back on the field for this play. After the offsides, 3rd and 5 for the Alta Hawks. Dana gonna throw. Looking, that ball caught right at the 46-yard line, and it was on a rope to London Rockwood, and right on the numbers. Impressive throw there from Dana. A great catch from Rockwood. And again, we mentioned all the weapons on the perimeter for the Alta Hawks, and Dana able to take advantage of it there, and a first down off the reception. 2 minutes to play here. In the 3rd, it's Davis. Trying that right side. He's ahead for a pickup of 2, maybe 3 on the carry. He burst the one for 56 yards. Outside of that, the Flyers have done a really nice job tonight limiting the rushing effectiveness of this Alta Hawks squad. On 2nd down, play action. Dana to his left, dumps this off to Afu, and he will not get out of the hands of Malachi Fakahua. We mentioned leader in tackles. He had 13 tackles against Springville, 22 on the season. Student body vice president, 3-year starter. Mentioned contact with MIT and Utah State. And just a great leader for this Dixie defense. 3rd down and 3, I formation again. It's Davis, he has the first down, and he's tripped up at about the 32-yard line. He will pick up 8 yards on the carry. And boy, he was trying, you saw him trying to hop around his blocker out there to get to the sideline. Had he would have been gone. He saw that open field, and he was trying to get there and get there quickly. Dana to the pistol here on 1st down. Looking over the middle, that ball caught, and boy, a big hit, and we're gonna get a flag there as Engstrom made the catch. And he got hit, and that was certainly right in the head area. And why you saw that flag come in so quickly from the back judge, as the trainer's gonna head out there and make sure that Engstrom's okay. Boy, so it hasn't been a real great night for Alta. Davis went down. He was obviously able to come back. Engstrom now down, and this one is going to be much more serious and of concern to the Alta staff than the Davis one. Certainly not cramps by any stretch of the imagination. You see helmet off immediately. Zach Engstrom trying to collect his thoughts a little bit here. Good to see him able to sit up. The Alta Hawks, we mentioned, coming in 2-0, playing Dixie. A tough test. Next week, it doesn't get any easier. They've got the Timview T-Birds in a game that many believe might be for the Region 7 title. Now, that being said, there are a lot of great teams. Corner Canyon having a big night tonight. Up big on the Roy Royals. And Roy is no joke in 5A. As you see Engstrom able to get up and walk off. Good to see there. So there's a lot of work to do in this Region 7, but two of the region favorites will meet next week on the gridiron here at Alta. Going to be a big game. Come on out. Going to be one of the better games of the week next week. As you can't win region until you knock off the Kings. Let's be honest, they've won region every year for, I think it's 6 or 7 years, with the exception of one where they actually won it but had games taken away due to an ineligible player. The T-Birds have been Kings for a number of years now. Our officials trying to get everyone back out. So now Engstrom heads off. He is by the bench and still talking with the trainers. So after the penalty, 1st and 10 from the 12. Dana, blitz coming from Dixie. He's thrown to the corner of the end zone, and his man couldn't get there. Neither could Faumua, as it falls to the turf harmlessly.
Incomplete pass, 2nd down.
Good read there by Dana. The pressure coming, and just got to get rid of this one. An opportunity to get it around a receiver, but to the turf without any problems occurring. I formation on 2nd down. Josh Davis looking right side. That ball's out again. And for the 2nd time tonight, Josh Davis has lost the ball. I thought Dixie was on it. They're saying they are as the officials come in to unpile. Dixie continues to campaign for the ball, and they do have it. The Dixie Flyers come out with it. I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Wilgar, who had that fantastic first half. Even if it wasn't him, credit the Dixie defense. Much like they did in the first half, it's a bend but don't break style. That's been the case tonight. And they do not break and force a turnover on their own 10. So an opportunity for this Dixie Flyer offense to try to get back on the scoreboard, retake the lead. They have not trailed tonight. After the Davis fumble, 1st and 10, it's a handoff to Aquin, looking up the middle. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the carry. And that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So the Alta Hawks, a big response after trailing by 14. They come back to net 2 quick touchdowns, and we are tied up at 14 apiece after 3 quarters. So to the 4th quarter, we will go. And certainly not the way this game played out last year, probably not the way that Alta fans thought this game would play out this year. You see a team from 3AA coming up, probably think it's going to be a breeze. I'll tell you, Coach Stokes has to be thrilled with what he has seen tonight from his offense. Barbin has been good. Aquin could use a little more in the ground game from him, but the defense has been phenomenal. They've made good stops, and they have now gotten their third or fourth turnover of the night off of this Alta squad that, going up against a 5A and a 4A, had not turned the ball over coming into tonight. And they've done so a number of times, and it's really hurt their ability to take control of this game. Certainly an opportunity for Coach Teo to focus on, and 4 turnovers will not get the job done in this Region 7. Something to square up for the Hawks. As we start the fourth quarter, 2nd down and 6, and this ball is loose. Barbin able to jump on it back at the 7-yard line, maybe the 8. A big loss on 2nd down. We saw snap issues from Alta in the first half, and now a snap issue for the Flyers. Saw someone come over and yell at Engstrom. Don't know if they were asking if he was okay or not, but he did not move a step. So I don't know if we'll see him the rest of the way. 3rd and 12 for the Flyers. 4 receivers again to the right of Barbin. Throwing, and that ball was in between a couple guys. You had Nyberg. You also had number 3, Mahi. So it falls to the turf, and Dixie will punt. Kind of like one of those, although not really. I mean, kind of the same as what we saw from Alta late in that first half, I believe, when the interception was thrown, kind of 2 receivers in the area. The difference was Alta was able to tip it, and it didn't go their way. That one just hit the turf. Dixie just trying to get this punt away as a penalty flag comes on from our sideline official, and a timeout taken by the Alta Hawks. I think they had 12 guys on the field. So the timeout, a good use here. By the Alta Hawks to try to keep some field position. That's really been one of the storylines of the ball game here tonight. The field position has been big. We've seen Dixie pin Alta deep. We've seen Alta make drives and not be able to finish them due to turnovers and turnovers on down. The field position tonight has made drives difficult for both squads and easy for both squads as well. So we will have another opportunity here for this punt to come off of the Dixie Flyers, and it will once again be Keenan to punt this ball away. Remember, his last one did not get much distance on it. I think it was a 7-yard punt when it was all said and done. Boy, an extra step, and that one nearly got blocked by Hola. Fair catch called by Davis at the 41.
Davis with the fair catch.
So the Alta offense comes back out on the field. Great field position for the Hawks. As Josh Davis, Will Dana trying to take their first lead of the night here at home. But it's been a stingy Dixie defense. Afu is the lead back for Davis. First down, 11 minutes to play. Dana play action. It's a screen set up for Afu. Afu, and he's ahead. That ball came out as well. It's loose near the sideline, and I think Alta's going to jump on it or push it out, one of the two. It was recovered by Chandler Dolphin for the Hawks. And Afu took a bit of a hit on that play as well. Able to get up, though, and good to see for the Alta Hawks. So Alta able to retain possession. They will put it where the fumble was recovered. So a net gain of 4 as they give to Davis. Look at him follow his lineman. Great job by Davis. Following big number 55, the captain, Tima Malia Italua. And a big gain for the senior back. Alta quickly up to the line here, first down. Pistol formation, Dana to throw, ball's out quickly and that well behind his intended target as it falls incomplete.
Second down.
Of note, guess who is out on the field? I was wrong. Zach Engstrom back in for the Alta Hawks wearing number 1. And good to see that he's okay because that was a scary, scary hit. Second and 10, again pistol formation. Dana stepping up, trying to go deep, and that's an easy flag. Faumua gonna get called here as he was lined up. I think it was with Rockwood. Excuse me, it was Maxfield. Number 3, number 5, tough to see from a distance. It was Maxfield he was lined up against. Gonna draw the penalty here. Other games of note, we talk about this Region 7. Timpview all over Taylorsville, 45-7 early in the second half. And Corner Canyon, one of the rivals here to these Alta Hawks, leading Roy High School 30-0 after 3. After the penalty, 1st and 10 for Alta, pistol formation. Dana looking end zone, going there, caught, touchdown Alta. Redemption for Zach Engstrom. A 14-yard touchdown pass, and the Hawks have their first lead of the night. And you love to see a kid like Engstrom go down. It doesn't look like he'll be back, and he comes in and catches the go-ahead touchdown. The Alta Hawks take the 6-point lead, their first of the night. Point after try, kick is up, it's good. It's 21-14, the Hawks out in front with 10.5 to play here in the contest. We'll take an opportunity here to thank Cook Orthodontics. Alta High football sponsored by Cook Orthodontics, creating confidence with beautiful smiles. Visit Cook Orthodontics at the corner of 10th East and 114th South wearing an Alta High t-shirt and receive $500 off of your new orthodontic treatment. So the 4th touchdown of the season for Zach Engstrom. The captain, just a junior. Again, we mentioned earlier, their leading receiver off of last year's squad is a sophomore. Back this year. And he will not come out for kickoff coverage. Instead, it will be Offu. I think right now you want him, you need him, but you don't want to overexpose him, especially after that hit he took earlier. So an onside kick here. That ball's still loose, and it is. Boy, I don't know. Tell you what, Maxfield had a shot, and then it took an awkward bounce over his head. I don't know if he got to it before the Flyers came up. Alta's saying they have it. The officials unpiling. It looks good for the boys in black. Yard line. And you saw Maxfield shoot out of a cannon on that kickoff. What speed put on by the senior. Nevertheless, first down for Dixie. Barbin to throw quickly. That ball on the money with Nyberg. He's right at the marker. Think he'll have the first down on the reception. Alsop there in coverage. Does a nice job to make that tackle. Again, we mentioned he's been out on an island tonight. They rely on him to play man coverage. Not a lot of help. And he makes a big tackle there to save what could have been a huge gain, if not a touchdown. $10 minutes to play. Pistol formation for the Flyers on first down. It's a handoff to Aquin, and he is met. I think if it wasn't Tafisi, it was Afu. One of those two came up and tackled Aquin quickly. Again, a small pickup on the rush, maybe 2 yards for the sophomore back. We talk about kind of growing a quarterback, also growing a tailback. It's tough to replace a Trey Miller. Alta, some miscommunication defensively, and guys were trying to run to get off the field, and Coach Teo has to burn a timeout here with 9:21 left to play. That being said, let's talk a little bit about Region 7 now here in the 4A landscape. We told you some other scores happening right now in Region 7 tonight. The Hawks, and how about the Sky Ridge Falcons, the new school, 2-0 on the season this year. And the Timpview T-Birds, all three teams sitting at 2-0. All three teams, if their current scores hold, well, actually not sure about Sky Ridge, haven't seen that, but Timpview will improve to 3-0. Alta right now trying to improve to 3-0. And Sky Ridge, that score still to be reported. Corner Canyon, we mentioned they look to win tonight. They'll be 2-1 as they, Provo, and Timpanogos were all 1-1 heading into ball games here tonight. And Provo was a bit of a surprise team tonight. Mitch McGarry has done a fantastic job. Second down and 8 yards to go here for the Flyers. Alta showed blitz, now backing out. They do come with it. Ball thrown out quickly, caught, and a great tackle made there by Alta. Not much room to go for Max Brown, as the first man there was Tui Maka, the sophomore linebacker for the Hawks, number 21. Nice job there by the sophomore. 5'10", 220. That's a big, big 15/16-year-old. A big play coming up here. 3rd and 1 to go for the Flyers. The Alta crowd making noise on 3rd down. Barbin tried the hard count, it didn't work. Play clock down to 2. And that ball's off. Barbin retreating, and he'll pick it up back at the 22-yard line. Hole of the first man there, and a bad snap. Dixie will have to punt. And I tell you what, Barbin, it looked like he took just a slight step to the left before that snap came. I don't know if it had any effect, and maybe I'm overblowing it. From this perspective, it did look like he just slightly moved. And a big miscue there by this Dixie offense with 8 to play. Davis back to field this punt. He's standing at his own 43-yard line. Alta looking for fireworks here. He'll just catch it at his own 43. The fair catch at the 44. 7:42 left to play here tonight. The Alta offense back out on the field. Well below their average coming into tonight's ball game. Their average coming into tonight was 58 points. Again, that's going up against Taylorsville and Hillcrest, not known as being elite defenses in their respective regions and classifications. But nonetheless, 58 is 58. They've only got 21 to this point. I formation on 1st down. Davis with the carry. He's through. And he's just shielding arm tackles. A great job by Josh Davis. A couple Flyers had a shot at him, including Fisher. Davis bursts to the 33. And I think Davis is down once again. Boy, this time he's holding his helmet. And again, they look to stretch out Josh Davis. A big carry. That time, a gain of 24 yards by Josh Davis. We mentioned that first half, Dixie did such a nice job of really limiting his gash plays. So he's able to get up. You see him, he's not running off this time. He might try to jog, but boy, he looks a little ginger. Work that cramp out. Well, we saw him gash the 56-yarder, that one of 24. He's had another big one tonight. And Josh Davis well over 100 yards as his good season continues. He came in tonight rushing for 264 yards on the season. I mentioned that big 200-yard game last week, but against Taylorsville, he did not have a lot of success on the ground. It was Will Dana who really led the offense that night with 275 yards passing and 5 touchdowns. First down, Dana looking deep, has a man, and that ball caught. Down to the 5-yard line, Landon Maxfield. What a route, what a throw by Dana. First and goal for Alta. And Landon Maxfield has had a great ball game here tonight for the Hawks. That's a tough catch to make. Man coverage, running the post, a step inside, and just cradle that ball as it hits your chest. A nice job by Maxfield. As Alta now having to wait, they had an extra player come on, he's off. Single back on first and goal for Will Dana. They'll give it to Afu, lowering the shoulder, and he's down to the 2-yard line. A tough carry there by Afu. And speaking of Afu, all this talk about Josh Davis, and deservedly so, Afu, he's a change of pace back, physical, big, and he can run after the catch as well. Afu the back on second and goal. Davis lined up to the bottom of the screen. It's a play action. Dana looking end zone to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Alta. And it's number 8, Matahola, with the 2-yard touchdown reception. The Alta Hawks take a 27-14 lead. Boy, a great play call there. As the play action, even I thought it was going to go to the big Afu out of the backfield. Instead, they roll out Dana and get it to the sure-handed Hola. This PAT was not pretty, but it counts. And it's 28-14, the Alta Hawks with the lead with 6:27 left to play here in the ball game. Dixie led 14-0 with 11:42 left in the third quarter. The first play from the line of scrimmage in that third, they go 76 yards. Since then, boy, Coach Teo, he motivated his squad. 28 unanswered points put on by the Alta Hawks. And it looks like the Hawks are just going to avoid the upset bug here tonight. And I hate to take credit, but we did call the upset alert, and since then the Hawks, they must have heard us and said, no, this is not the night that's going to happen. Again, that big matchup next week just looming around the corner. They have worked out the kinks. They've been much cleaner here in this second half. And the ball fell off the tee, so we will realign. We talk about much cleaner. They did have the fumble, but the penalties have been less significant and not as many turnovers. So that's a positive sign for Coach Teo and his squad. The kick, bit of a line drive, going to be scooped up at the 13-yard line. Looking for somewhere to go. It is Mamiya, still on his feet and brought down at about the 21-yard line. A return of 11 yards. So a big drive here for the Dixie offense. Trailing by 14, 6 minutes to play. Crazier things have happened. I've seen it with my own eyes. But they have to get a touchdown, and they've got to do it fairly quickly. First down for the Flyers on their own 21. 5-receiver set. Barbin throws quickly. That ball caught. It was caught by Max Brown, the senior receiver. He's ahead for a pickup of 5. The Alta students now starting to cheer a little more frequently, a little louder. Second and 5. Barbin, pressure, throws. That ball caught, and a first down as he's able to find Nyberg for a pickup of 7 yards on the play. Nice identification by Barbin that time. Boy, that pocket closed down pretty quickly. Able to step up, find a man, and a good play there made by the junior quarterback for Coach Stokes. Three receivers to the bottom of the screen on first down. Again, a short pass caught, and a pickup of 11 up to the 45-yard line as Topham with the reception. Allsop there in coverage for the Hawks as Dixie hurrying up quickly to the line. We haven't seen them push the tempo much tonight. They're trying to do so on this drive. First and 10. And space up the middle to midfield as Barbin able to keep it. He'll pick up 5. Good recognition. We talked about it a couple times. Barbin, really impressed with what we've seen out of him. He has not forced a lot. Made pretty good decisions tonight. They're operating pretty much solo out of 5 receiver sets right now. Barbin flushed to his left, has to get rid of it. Was that ball caught? No, it was not. Intended target that time was Mahi. But even a play like that, there's 4:50 to play. You're at midfield, you trail by 2 touchdowns. Really easy as a kid with not much varsity experience to try to force the ball down the field. He hasn't done that. Recognize what you have, recognize what you don't have. And if you don't have it, live to play another day, live to play another down. They will play another down here. It's 3rd and 5 for the Flyers. From midfield. Play clock inside of 5 seconds left. Barbin, it's a draw all the way, nowhere to go. Ocho it is. Matahola gonna bring him down a half yard behind the line of scrimmage. That'll count as a sack for Hola and bring up a 4th down. So this is becoming the ball game for Coach Stokes. A 4th and 5.5 to go, 4.5 to play, and trailing by 2 scores. Have to convert here. Fourth down for Barbin. Alta trying to make some noise for their varsity squad. Barbin to throw, and that ball's too tall. Incomplete, and Dixie will turn it over on downs. That play paid dividends in the first half. Get it to Topham working against the shorter corner. That time Barbin, the ball sailed on him a little too tall. And with that, the upset dreams may have just come to a close for the Dixie Flyers. The Alta students think the same. They're cheering, it's all over. Contrary to their opinions, there's still 4:05 left to play here. Alta takes over on the Dixie 49-yard line. I formation for the Hawks. Josh Davis with the carry. Has space up the middle. Josh Davis in the open field. Touchdown, Alta High School. A 49-yard touchdown run for Josh Davis, and that will put the game on ice. Make it 34 unanswered points for the Alta Hawks. Josh Davis with his second rushing touchdown of the night. As we line up for the point after try, kick is up. It is good. It is 35-7. The Hawks returning the favor from last year here with 3:54 left to play in the contest. We mentioned that game last year. We touched on it earlier. Josh Davis, he had a good game. Don't want to take anything away from him, though it was certainly below his averages. 17 carries, 66 yards with a touchdown on the ground, 5 receptions, 88 yards with a touchdown. The Alta Hawks were limited to 67 yards rushing last year. This year they have done a much better job on the line of scrimmage. Josh Davis has, boy, he's well over 150. He might be nearing 200 yards in this contest as well. So he has certainly had a much better night here tonight than he had last year in St. George. And I mentioned that 200 yards rushing last week. He is awfully close to that, if not has surpassed. This kick gonna sail into the end zone easily, and Dixie will come out on their own 20.
Automatic touchdown. First and 10 for Dixie at their 20-yard line.
Next up for the Dixie Flyers, this game seems to be, the outcome seems to be known. They will face off against Canyon View. And a 3A squad, the Falcons, down in South Utah. That will be a good match for the Dixie Flyers as they continue to look for their first win of the season. After the touchback, Flyer ball on their own 20. Barbin, now he's going to try one deep, and that ball, boy, nearly intercepted as a penalty flag has come on, and I think this is going to go against Alsop. He was in coverage out there against Topham. You saw that ball kind of die. There is a wind. It's a decent strength tonight, coming from the right to the left on your screen. As it is a pass interference penalty on this Alta Hawk defense. So march off 15 yards, and that will give the Flyers a first down here with 3:48 to play. Two backs for Barbin on first down after the pass interference penalty. Tight coverage for the Hawks defensively. Barbin looks to hand off. This is to Nyberg trying to get outside and nowhere to go. Rockwood couldn't wrap him up, but it's a team game, and the Hawks flying around there in support, limiting Nyberg to only a pickup of a yard on the carry. They've tried to get Nyberg running the ball, and Alta just has not allowed it tonight. A lot of credit to this Alta Hawk defense. Second and 9 for the Flyers. Blitz coming right up the middle. Barbin trying to step out of it. He does. Has a man in the flat. That ball cut by Quinn. He'll pick up the first down as he takes a jump step inside and will get it up to the 29-yard line. Boy, great job by Barbin, as that time Tafisi came on the blitz, and it looked like the step up was going to put him right in another Hawk defender. Barbin able to get outside and keeps his composure, able to find his man, Quinn, who will pick up the first down right near midfield for the Flyers. Dixie trying to get the personnel right as Wyatt Hansen will run off. Brown will come on, and now he's going to go off, and they're going to elect to bring on someone bigger. And Dixie's going to have to take a timeout as the play clock was down to 1. confusion will cost him a timeout. .306 to play here. The Flyers trying to end the game on a positive note. And the Flyers, their second week away from Dixie High School. Only 3 home games this year for Dixie. Their season opener against Springville was at home. They will have homecoming hosting Desert Hills. That's not until October. And then their senior night will be the Hurricane Tigers. Not common to only have 3 home games. Really quite rare, and certainly not an easy task. Back-to-back trips up to the Valley, last week at Lone Peak, this week at Alta. Chartered buses, the only way to do it. But when you're making that drive, that's not an easy drive to make. 1st and 10 for Dixie. Ball thrown out. And Alsop there to make the tackle immediately on top of him. You might be able to go over the top of Zach Alsop, but I'll tell you what, he fired out to tackle top him that time and brought him down with a force. Nice play made by the senior corner, Zach Alsop, a 3-year starter for the Alta Hawks. Second and 7 for Dixie. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Pressure coming. And that ball caught by Nyberg on the quick out. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Flyers. And right now we see a lot of that happening. Just run up 5 yards, turn outside, I'll get you the rock. That's how they've been able to chip away on this drive.
3rd down.
As they now face a 3rd and 1. Aquin, the back here. They hand it off to Aquin. He's got the first down inside the 40 and down at the 37-yard line, picking up 6 yards on the carry.
Alta, 37.
And that's been the component tonight. If they were able to pick up those 4 to 6 yards a little more consistently, I think this offense would have had more than 14 points. Alta did a fantastic job of shutting down the running game of the Flyers tonight. On first down, Barbin, the pump fake, and he's going to go down. The ball's loose, and Alta has it. Matahola, Ocho it is, coming around the edge and forcing the sack fumble. The Hawks recover, and they send a note of how they played in this second half. That is Alta Hawk football. They had forced no turnovers in the first half. And they have forced a couple here in the second half. I think they might still be losing the turnover battle. If not, it's even. But that being said, we've seen this Alta Hawk defense come alive here in the second half after a first half that they were okay, but they weren't creating many turnovers. They got stops when they needed them. For the most part, gave up the 1 touchdown. And the big play to start the second half, but they've really dialed in. After the turnover, first down for the Hawks. It's Josh Davis again across midfield, carrying Flyers to the 44. And it was Wilgar and Pulsifer in on the tackle for Dixie. As tack on another 15 plus on the carry from Josh Davis. Alta looking to the sideline as we are approaching 2 minutes left to play here tonight, and a rare huddle for Alta. Look at that. Remember that moment. Typically a team that likes to get up to the line and quickly. First down, it's Davis again. Has Dolphin out in front of him. Davis spins off a man, still on his feet and brought down at the 30. Josh Davis picking up 14 that time.
Josh breaks free for another 15 yards.
And while I don't have official stats, I feel pretty confident in saying Josh Davis has eclipsed 200 yards. He'll come off the field wondering why. I think at this point, with a couple of cramps, again, it's one of those, we need you, we want you, but we want you next week. We'll see if he's done or not. Afu will be the back. I formation on first down. Afu with the carry, picks up 2 yards. Actually, they'll limit it to only 1 on the carry by Tu'uafu. We mentioned this a little earlier. Afu, his ability to run out of the backfield, it's strong. But his run after the catch, he's a weapon in the passing game, or in the throwing game, as some people like to call it. Afu, 3 receptions, 93 yards on the season with a touchdown. He had a big screen against Taylorsville, 45-plus yards, went for a touchdown. His speed, when he gets in the open field, look out. Second down and 9. Again, it's Afu getting the carry left side. And, oh, we almost got to see that speed. Just tripped up at the 21-yard line. As Afu, you see the athleticism. I was going to do a flip or maybe even keep his feet on that one. Pickup of 8 by Tu'uafu. One more play coming for the Alta Hawks before this one will be official. And penalty flags coming here as Dana pulled out from under center. And the false start here, I think I saw the right tackle move, maybe the right guard. It'll back Alta up from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6. 16 seconds left here. The clock will run. Alta does not have to snap it. The coaches are telling that to Will Dana right now. The Alta Hawks were upset last year in Dixie. They'll return the favor tonight, a 35-14 victory. 35 unanswered points scored by the Alta Hawks to end this one as they defeat Dixie 35-14. And what a game this was, as the turnovers in the first half by Alta, they trailed 7-0, but in the second half gave up that early touchdown. 35 unanswered points. Josh Davis came alive. Will Dana calmed down a little bit. The defense came to play, forcing turnovers. The Alta Hawks, a strong response in the second half in this victory here tonight. A number of players we could go to for our player of the game tonight. We are going to go with Josh Davis once again. He earned it last week. We're going to give it to him again here tonight. 2 rushing touchdowns, including a couple from long range that really broke this game open. Over 200 yards rushing. Josh Davis, our player of the game here tonight for the Alta Hawks. Well, we want to thank you for joining us on this edition of High School Rewind from Alta High School. The Alta Hawks defeat the Dixie Flyers 35-14. Again, thank you for joining us. We will see you next time here on High School Rewind.